What do you think, Ambassador Fabian, about what is happening in the United States? Do you think it could have been handled better?
Thank you for the question. I honestly believe it could have been and it should have been handled better. Now, coming to the first question, what is happening? Let me read out from the Declaration of July 4th, 1776. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. I stop here because you all know the rest. So what is happening is that America is going back on its own principles, founding principles, and that is most sad. Sad for Americans and sad for the rest of the world because so many of us, we admire America, we look up to America. Now, we all know what actually happened. We saw on television how a policeman, and now I am speaking in plain English, killed an unarmed citizen. Now, what did the state do? I mean the state of Minnesota and the United States of America. The state of Minnesota failed to act. The governor of Minnesota should have gone on television, not on day one, in the first hour or the first minute after this terrible thing occurred. He should have said that the 4 policemen have been suspended and the policeman who knelt on the neck of George Floyd is being charged with murder. Instead, the governor kept silent, protests started, and then, much later, he opened his mouth and said that, action is being taken against the policeman. He is being charged with 3rd-degree murder. Now, that was not good enough because it was not 3rd-degree murder. It was 1st-degree murder. And action should also have been announced against the 3 policemen who were standing by. So that is on the part of the state of Minnesota. Now coming to the United States of America, where President Trump behaved in a manner which is most unprecedented. He should have gone on television again in a few minutes after this terrible event occurred. He should have gone on television, told the American people, this is terrible, this is most condemnable, action will be taken, and America's values will be protected. If he had done that, if the governor had done what we said earlier he should have done, then the peaceful protests would have remained peaceful. In fact, they would have melted away. Instead, the peaceful protests turned violent, partly because the way the police responded to it, but mainly because the failure on the part of the state to act. That is what we have to understand. President Trump goes to St. John's Church, holds up the Bible, and says that he is a president for law and order. My goodness! I was painfully reminded, of a parallel event of the Jesus Christ asking the merchants who polluted the temple by doing business within the temple. Now, if Jesus Christ were there, he would have asked Trump, stop upholding the Bible. You are actually abusing the Bible. You have no right to hold it because whatever you are doing is against the Bible. And also, dear President Trump, here also whatever you are doing is against your own constitution. You are not making America great again. You are making sure that the great principles which are the foundational principles of the United States of America are contradicted, are violated. Stop doing that. That's what Jesus Christ would have told him. Well, dear friends, let us hope that the United States is a democracy and democracies know how to correct themselves and that correction is happening. Because you must have noticed that the Defense Secretary said that he does not agree to the proposition that the armed forces should be unleashed against the protesting people. So let's see. Thank you for listening to me.